Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Tia, Clayton, and late entry Sashalee Forbes are all safely through to the women's semi-finals of the 100 meters at the Paris Olympic Games. Fraser-Pryce looks good. There were a few surprises in these heats. Let's discuss. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we continue to grow. You do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yeah, good to go. Well, first up, let me just say this. These are the Olympic Games. We cannot show you any clips from the Olympic Games on YouTube or we will get a strike. A strike means with 3 strikes, we lose our channel. So I cannot show you anything at this point, but we're going to talk you through the process. So the 3 Jamaican women entered in the heats of the women's 100 meters at the Paris Olympic Games are all safely through to the semi-finals as we would have anticipated, with the top performing athlete being none other than the greatest of all time, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Yeah, I'm going to keep saying that because she really actually is the greatest female 100 meter sprinter of all time, barring none.
Set. And across the globe. Set. Bang, where they go. Kemba Nelson, Fraser-Pryce got an excellent start. Tia Clayton is running the race of her life. Sharika Jackson turns on the afterburners now. Spectacular performance. 10.79.
Pryce ran a very impressive 10.92 to enter the semifinals as the second fastest woman thus far out of these 100 meter heats. Something akin to the performance she did at the finals of the women's 100 meters that we just showed you. But the truth is, I believe she was much better in this race. She's beginning to look like the Fraser-Pryce of 2021 to 2022. Now, with the abrupt withdrawal of Sharika Jackson, aka the Superwoman, it is perhaps prudent to believe that the person most likely to be on that podium representing Jamaica in the women's 100 meters is more than likely going to be the 5-time world champion and 4-time Olympic medalist, the great Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, as I keep saying, the GOAT, greatest of all time. And the way she looked in the heats implies that she is in solid shape. But let's go through the process. The first Jamaican in the heats was none other than Tia Clayton, who ran in heat number 4. The 19-year-old ran a time of 11 seconds flat to qualify for the semi-finals behind Ludica, who ran 10.95, a new national record, to take the win. Langston of Great Britain took 3rd in a time of 11.10 seconds. Now, the wind was approximately, well, it was a plus 1.2 meters per second wind. Now, the fact is, the best start in the entire field was Tia Clayton. She got out really well, led for the first 60 to 70 meters, and then was overtaken in the final 10 meters. But she looked relatively conservative. I am not going to tell you that she jogged. She ran, but it wasn't anywhere near her max. I think she ran on the instructions and did just enough to get through to the finals. But what I was most impressed by with her run was her start. It was a bullet start. Kind of reminded me of a Brianna Williams or a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Best start in the field. That first 50 looked solid. So I'm expecting really good things from this young lady. Remember, they're going through rounds, people, so you don't want her to be running crazy fast times at this point. Plus, there might have been a few jitters in terms of her first Olympic Games, her first run as an Olympian. So there might have been just a little bit of jitters, but I thought she looked really solid. I expect great things from her in the semifinals. That's Tia Clayton. The second Jamaican who ran was in Heat 6, of course, is Sashalee Forbes, who came in to replace Sharika Jackson. Sashalee Forbes came second in Heat number 6. Running second in a time of 11.19 seconds behind the American Twanisha Terry, better known as TT Terry. TT Terry won heat number 6, running into a minus 0. That's a minus 0.4 meters per second wind, which means that they were running into the wind with a time of 11.15. Now, again, Sashalee Forbes got a solid start in this one. She looked good, but within the first 40, I would say Twanisha Terry took control of this race and, dictated the pace of the race, so to speak. Terry looked as if she was just doing just enough to get through. Let me correct myself. I think 60 meters in, she took over from Jamaica's Sashalee Forbes. Forbes also looked kind of conservative in this run. I'm expecting something much better from her in the semifinals because 11.19 will not make it through to the finals. But Forbes looks solid in this run, and I think she did just enough. She has experience from World Championships, of course, to get through to the semifinals. I'm expecting her to get through the finals. I'm expecting something special from Sashalee Forbes. You know, I'm a big fan of hers. I do believe that had she not been injured, the conversation would be a little different around her. But she will have to be running a sub 11 to make it through the semi-finals into the finals. But I thought this was an okay run, conservative. She looked okay. Then it was time for the youthful Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who was up against her very good friend Marie-Josée Talou of Côte d'Ivoire. Both ladies looked incredible in this race. I believe one is 34 and the other is 37. This was the fastest heat. And what was terrifying is that I don't think any of these ladies were at their max, particularly Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. In fact, if I am to be completely honest, Fraser-Pryce looked conservative in this run and clearly shut down 15 meters out of the line. Talou, I believe, ran a little harder. She ran a season's best of 10.87, looked very impressive in doing so. Fraser-Pryce, of course, came second in 10.92, and Locken Kemper, of Germany took third in 11.08. This was the fastest qualifying heat, and I'm telling you, these ladies look as if they mean business. Talou seemed to have been fully recovered because I know that she had caught COVID at some point. She looked really, really, really good coming into this one. And Fraser-Pryce, I see no signs of injury. And of course, Price and herself are doing just enough to go through the rounds. I was most impressed by this particular run from both of these ladies. This is a good look for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Marie-Josée Talou of Côte d'Ivoire. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce got her bullet start, but of course Talou also was brilliant in this one and led. In fact, she led the entire way. So Talou looked good. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce looked good. Now, both these ladies are the first and second fastest qualifiers going into the semifinals, with Talou's very impressive 10.87 and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's 10.92 being the two fastest time, 1 and 2 going into the semifinals. The third fastest qualifier was Daryl Neater of Great Britain, who ran also a very impressive 10.92. Honestly, Nita surprised me here. I know that she's been improving, but I didn't expect this was a season's best. I'm wondering if she ran a little too hard, because she did run hard through that line. Sha'Carri Richardson looked also very impressive. She enters the semis with the fourth fastest qualifying time, a time of 10.94, with Julian Alfred of St. Lucia also looking very impressive with the fifth fastest qualifying time, a time of 10.95 seconds. Tia Clayton rounds in with the 9th fastest time, 11 seconds flat, with Dina Asher Smith running a very conservative 11.01 seconds to qualify with the 10th fastest time. Melissa Jefferson looked good in 10.96, and Iwa Saboda scored her first sub 11 for the season, 10.99, a season's best. Sashalee Forbes qualifies with the 24th fastest time, a time of 11.19 seconds. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. My research, Sashalee Thru and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, they made a statement to the youngsters. Nita, I was a little surprised, pleasantly. Richardson did what I anticipated she would do. Julian Alfred looks really, really dangerous in my eyes. And Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she looks like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I mean, she's not looked like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce since last year, early in last year. She looked much better than the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce we saw at the Jamaican National Championships. I mean, infinitely better. That 10.92 run was very conservative, people. I mean, she was seriously, you will get to see the race yourselves. She was really conservative. She shut down 15 meters out of that line. Thru ran, I think, harder. Shelly-Ann is just doing what she needs to do. She looks like she will be on the podium. She looks really dangerous. To me, of all the persons I saw run, personally speaking, I was most impressed with Shelly-Ann, Thru, Nita, pleasant surprise, and Julian Alfred. I am not joking. Sha'Carri did what I anticipated Sha'Carri Richardson would do. In other words, people, we have a race on our hands. Nothing is set in stone in what I'm looking at. I believe everyone did what they were supposed to do. The one surprise was actually Daryl Nita. Didn't expect her to run that 10.92. She might have ran a little too hard, but she looked really good. So we have a serious race. I think Asha Smith is being very conservative. I believe she ran 11.01. She's being very, very conservative because, you know, at this point, these people are masters of their craft. So this is really as much head games as everything else. But honestly, and I'm not being biased, the run that really, really impressed me was Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I mean, it was vintage Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. It was, I'm going to be on the podium, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and I could possibly take the gold, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She looked that good. So this is going to be very interesting. I'm kind of thinking that for anyone to win this, you're going to have to be running something akin to a 10.6 something, because the track looks really fast and everyone looks really, really good. I mean, Sha'Carri looked really, really good. I am not joking. So you're looking at a 10.6 something final, you know, if all goes accordingly. Fast track, the athletes look in great shape, but I'm going to keep saying Fraser-Pryce looks like vintage Fraser-Pryce. So she looks really dangerous. Now, as I said earlier, let me go back to it very quickly. I think first round, first Olympic Games, 19 years of age. Someone said 20, but I'm pretty sure that Tia Clayton is actually 19 years of age. I think it was a little nerves. I'm not saying she ran hard, but it was relatively conservative. And again, she was running on the instructions. She just did just enough to get through to the semifinals. It's evident that there's a whole lot more in the legs. She just needs to settle down a little bit. Sashalee Forbes will have to do much better than 10.19, or she cannot possibly make that final. She has to. She has no choice. She has, for her to get to the finals, she has to be running something akin to a 10.95, or she's not going to get through. But she did a solid run, and I think she did just enough again. So this is going to be a heck of a thing, people. You know, I think coming in, everybody was just saying Sha'Carri is going to win, Sha'Carri is going to win. I don't think we can say that anymore. Not based on what I just saw. Thru is dangerous. Shelly looks really dangerous. Nita surprised. Julian Alfred looks terrifyingly dangerous. Like, I am not exaggerating when I say that. So this is anybody's race. This is not going to be a walk in the park for any one of these athletes, you know. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. Now, again, I'm going to have to explain to you, it's the Olympics. We cannot show you any videos. Any videos you see anybody showing on their YouTube channel, they probably got a copyright claim or a strike. So once I can show you the videos, I will do so. So just bear with us. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, social media, the like button. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Bless up.